And in the mirror, like this. Capable of winning, come from humble beginning, and it doesn't matter how I've been. Success is in my reach, I deserve it. I can tell the truth and through 1,000 things, but I'm not a victim, I live over pain. I got mountains moving fast, I dream before things I can dream again. I gotta apologize for my desire to live a life that I can be proud of, and it's the time, so ain't nobody standing in the way. I believe in me, and where I am right now is where I need to be. My past is not a permanent one that I'm worthy. There is no limit to what I can achieve. Believe in me, and where I am right now is where I need to be. My past is not a permanent one that I'm worthy. There is no limit to what I can achieve. I'm a virgin, yet gentle in my but I'm powerful and confident in my business. No excuses, no confidence. Stepping out my comfort zone, I'm not afraid. See, I don't want to block what God has for me. Watching what I feed my mind and energy. And I let go of the people that's no good for me. See you pull me, persuaded that I can do things. I can make it. I'm an entrepreneur with integrity. I lack nothing, I ain't no sense of jealousy. I ain't got no ain't nobody standing in the way. I believe in me, where I am right now is where I need to be. My past is not a burden, one thing that I'm worthy. There is no limit to what I can achieve. I believe in me, where I am right now is where I need to be. My past is not a burden, one thing that I'm worthy. There is no limit to what I can achieve. See, you good, girl. You got this. And there is nothing that you cannot do. You're strong and you're so smart. You were born great. Everything you touch turns gold. But you gotta believe that even when you don't understand the process, the blood, sweat, and tears are worth it all. I believe in me, and where I am right now is where I need to be. My past is not a failure, one that I'm worthy. There is no limit to what I can achieve. I believe in me, and where I am right now is where I need to be. My past is not a failure, one that I'm worthy. There is no limit to what I can achieve.
All right. Y'all was listening to the words on that? Y'all was really listening to the words? All right. I don't know if anybody believe that where they're at right now and where they're heading, the past has nothing to do with it. All right. So it starts from you believing first. So, welcome to Mindset Monday. I didn't start this, and the ones who know, I just am continuing it now. Mhm. Why did I forget where to put my screen full? True. All right. I am just, why do I forget where to put this thing full screen? I'm using a different program today, but should be the same. It should be the same. Move the full presentation. Customize the slideshow. Great. That's what I wanted. All right, guys. So, welcome to Mindset Monday. This my thing moving. Hold on. Okay. Master the mind, multiply the results. Rules. Interaction is mandatory. Cameras on preferred. Do the exercise. They are important. I know the last Mindset Monday we integrated with social media. How was that for you all last week, Monday? You could unmute your mic and answer
It
that
was really,
question.
really good. And it was really informative and very
Mhm.
interested.
Very interested. Good. So you learned something that day. And that's what we want with all these classes. All right. Mindset Monday also is to add to your mind, add to here, right? It starts from your mind. So we will be integrating between, social media, learning to grow personally, because this is building your confidence. I mean, Neil, you could be one of them. Since you started this Mindset Monday, how is your confidence? Not even going out on the camera, putting yourself out there. How was that for you?
Yeah, I'm kind of shy. I know I don't like talking in public forums and stuff like that. And the Mindset Monday really helped. She had us putting on our cameras, use ChatGPT to create a script to use. She'll give us little tips, right, how to grow followers and stuff like that. And little by little, my confidence grew. And I was able to do one video and then I do a second one, and I'm trying to sharpen up on my editing skills now. I
Okay.
see Rich put up some videos there and Rehan, how we last week how we discussed the different types of reviews and the camera and stuff. That was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of broadened my horizon now in terms of the quality of the videos and still trying to boost my confidence to produce better videos. So it really has helped me a lot.
Great, great. I mean, I could see the growth in you. I could tell you that from just the first time you came to the first in-person class to now, right? So keep it
Mm-hmm.
up,
Thanks.
right? So quick check-in. Rate your mindset from 1 to 10 on this call right now. So in the chat, put where your mindset at and be honest to yourself. Where you're at right now mentally. 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 6, 3. Who is that say 3 boy? Come moving slow. Latta weapon. Latta why you 3? Personal life. Tash 3 too. All right. So you all need to unmute your mic and let me know what's happening. Why your mindset at a 3? All right. So we'll talk about that coming on to the end of the call. So week 3, I do put up the recorded videos in the group. Anybody went back and look at not last week, week before, not be last week would have been Rian, week before. I did post up the wrong video. I realized I had to take it down. And if you notice, I post up 2 videos back to back, recorded videos. Did anybody notice that? Right? So I don't know if you go back and watch it. Sometimes when you need that motivation, or I wouldn't just say motivation, but you need the right mindset to push you. That's why you have the recorded videos to go back and watch too. Listen to it, apply what you need to apply. All right. So, momentum over motivation. What that means, the magic of just starting. I don't know if anybody ever planned to do something, but you never started. You're always planning. You're always planning, but that plan never come into to fortune to come into say you're putting together anything, right? Or you start. Most of us, we have the motivation to do something, but most times you never even just start. So coming off this amazing energy of our event, I wanted to break down why it takes action even when you're unsure. Creation creates waves bigger than you realize. So action creates waves bigger than you realize. What that means? Motivation is a lie. You won't always feel like doing something. Most people are waiting to be ready, inspired, or perfect. So some of us, we wait for something to be, we think we should always be ready before we do something. We should always be inspired to do something, or it should always be perfect. It must be a perfect situation, or it must be a perfect environment, or other things like that before you do something. Motivation follows movement, not the other way around. So action creates the energy. So if you guys know me, and y'all got to, some of you who know me now or know me better, I always talk about action. I am big on action, right? So thinking back, let's talk about the event. I didn't even know how the event would have turned off. Anybody knew how the event would have turned off Saturday gone? Right? I had no idea. But it just starts by taking action. But we did not, but we did it anyway. So even though you did not know how something will turn out, but because you take the action behind whatever you want to accomplish, you will see the, let's say, the results after. But if you don't take the action behind whatever you want to accomplish, you will not see the results, or the motivation, or you won't get the motivation to keep going, because action brings that energy. How much of y'all felt that energy Saturday to keep even going more? And you were glad that you came around? Anybody?
Yep, it was like I felt
Even
that.
me.
One at a time. One at a
Absolutely.
time. Let's go. One at a time. Uh-huh.
Definitely.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh yes,
Plus,
definitely.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
Right? So
Yeah, a lot of energy.
just taking that action to come out Saturday, even though if you didn't have plans, it creates the energy to create the motivation to keep going. That's why we create the environment, and we put together these calls, we put together the in-person classes. It's not for me. It is not for me. All of those things is to keep your action of what was the first plan. You'd made a decision to start. Why do you think you go to church every Saturday or Sunday? Saturday or Sunday, whoever go to church on Saturday and a Sunday, right? Why do you think they try to go to church every week and they have church every week? It is to repent, huh? Or is to keep the word, or to keep focus on what the message they're delivering, to try to keep you on track every week, right? So that one action led to connections, momentum, belief, and excitement. Can you all agree on that? That one action we took, right? Start before you are ready. Guys, you hear that? Start before you're ready. Ready comes after action, not before. You're never ready when you have to do something. Can you agree with me? Sometimes you want to do something, you think you're not ready, or you're never ready. But if you just take that action, sooner or later the readiness comes, right? So I'm big on always taking action. Behind the scenes of action, for example, the event started as an idea. Guys, this event started as an idea with Shakila pushing myself and saying, coach, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Do you know she started the tickets? She designed the ticket the week before. Put up not even a week, few days before. She sent me the flyer and she was just taking action. She was just going at it without thinking about it. We had no date. We had nothing set, and then we just started to plan, and the dates started to come together. And then what happened? Obstacles this hit too. Can do you agree with me? Obstacles always comes in your way when you're trying to do something great. And if you don't acknowledge that obstacles will always come, you will never be prepared for it to be able to pick yourself back up and move on. And this last, I don't know if it's a month past yet, guys. I don't even remember the date. I mean, for the new people, but for the older people, I actually did not sing the dates in my brain. I think it could be about 4 weeks now past. And that 4 weeks, even putting together this event, it was one of the hardest times for me. I'm not lying to you guys. I had no idea how this event would have turned off. I had no idea, what would have come together, how things would have come together. But I just had to take action. I had to kind of go through the process, take that action whether I wanted to do it or not. And at that time, I didn't want to do it. Pushing through was the hardest thing on that for me, guys. So, but keeping and pushing through, making calls, finalizing everything, even though we only had 2 weeks to really promote, people started to fall in line, things started to fall, and everything started to come together. That's how I saw it, right? So clarity comes from doing, not waiting. You hear that? It comes from doing. You're never clear on something you want to do, but as soon as you start, you ever see the pieces of puzzles, little puzzles. I wouldn't say the whole puzzle, but little pieces start to come together every time you start taking that action. So, the ripple effect. One action leads to another. Someone showing up, they're inviting someone, they're sharing the story, your brand grows, action attracts people who want to move. Can you agree with me with that? Action attracts people who wants to move. So if you are not moving, if you're not taking action on yourself, your future, how you expect others to move with you? So don't rely on others if you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing to accomplish what you want in life. So your scale, you should always be measuring is your scale. It always comes from you first. So momentum versus perfection. Perfection causes delays. Nothing is going to be perfect in life. Even as a trader, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have days you lose back to back. You're going to have days you'll want to quit. You'll have days when you're thinking not learning and this um you're not understanding what you're doing. But then the next week will come if you continue and you realize, oh, okay, I now understand. Oh, okay, I worked on my losses. Now I got better and now I have more consistent wins. That's how you create that momentum. Don't wait for a perfect scenario to do what you need to do to accomplish what you want to accomplish. Momentum builds confidence. And confidence builds what? Results. We want the confidence, but we are not creating the momentum which will comes from your action. So if you're not taking action, you're not going to create that momentum which will build the confidence in you that will bring that results that you want. So start, move, lead, adjust, and then you will win. Real life examples. Look at Shakila. When she start talking about something, she just start to think and take action, even when she don't have all the pieces together. Can you agree with me with that? Guys, Shakira was an action person. She went overthink stuff. She will just do when she say, okay, coach, right? All right, we'll figure it out, we get it done. And she would just go and then she'd come back and show me this or start this or whatever. That is the type of person you want to become if you're not that type of person, right? Look at Matthias. From day one, when he got started, he went to work, he asked questions, and he showed up. I am only using people as example to show you what you should look at if you want to accomplish things too. I use Matthias there too because I remember day one. From day one, I was hearing that name. I didn't even met Matthias in person, but I was hearing Matthias and Rena. That's how Richard is called her, Rena. But it's because I say Marissa, right? Because they were showing up. The day they got started, they didn't find excuses. They went to work. Some of y'all look for more excuses than just doing, taking the action. Myself, I don't overthink. I just get something done. I just start and everything will come together. That's me. I just start to think about something like today, the amount of action I took today. I just had a plan and I have to get certain things accomplished. I have certain things and stuff I'm planning. I have bigger goals and dreams. This year, this next 6 months, I have to get to work even harder than I worked the last 6 months. And I had to just get to work. So question, what one thing you have been sitting on that you know would move your life forward? What is that one thing you think you're sitting on? And it could be as small as that you accomplishing that one thing or taking that one action that will get you moving forward. What can you do today that's messy, imperfect, not even ready, and just to move? You don't have to be ready to do it, but think about it because it takes the small steps to accomplish it. This week action plan. Pick one goal or idea. Take one imperfect step every day to keep you towards it. Keep track of your momentum, your journal, voice note, and your accountable partner. What this means? If you're not tracking what you want to accomplish on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, weekly basis, and monthly basis, don't expect July month to change for you. Do not expect it. The small little things that you do and you put a note on and you track it. You ever hear the saying, what you track grows? If you're not tracking your growth, even in your trading, what is your accomplishments? What do you want to accomplish this week to get done? What do you want to accomplish next week to get done? Every week you should be tracking yourself and putting notes and knowing that you get certain things done. Just like when I started the boot camp earlier this year, and I said, I'm going to get this done, go through certain things. I went over her whole boot camp. I had targets and goals to accomplish certain things. Some of y'all are too laid back in your life and you're not pushing yourself enough. You want freedom, but are you doing what's necessary for the freedom? Let's wrap up this. Motivation is optional. Action is mandatory. The event that we just had is proof. We had nothing planned, but we just took action. We just put things in place and we are just taking action. This month and next month, you're going to see a lot of changes. And the changes is not going to happen by default. It's because we are taking action. These small steps in the right direction starts moving you forward in the right place. So some of y'all need to take those small steps forward and don't look at the bigger picture to get you accomplishing what you want to accomplish this year and next year. Momentum do not start without you taking the small steps forward. So let's talk about all what we just hear today. What resonates with someone today? Anybody that they realize they're not doing or they should be doing, or what hit home? You ever hear somebody say what hit home just now?
Well, I go reiterate on the beginning of the topic where you say don't let nothing hold you back from starting where you want to start. And just remember, I spoke to you earlier in the year and I told you I want to come on board. And as I decided to make that decision, my computer break down. The battery damage, charger, everything thing. Money wasn't coming. And I still work hard. I get the laptop working. And so happen, I get through the money to start the course. Right? My dream and goal is to become a master trader. That's my dream and goal. Right? I have been trading over 8 years and never get something to make me successful or a consistent trader.
Okay.
I tried everything, IML, I tried invested in Rose Capital, I tried all kind of thing, right? I even reached the point that I pay foreign teachers to teach me how to trade and nothing was successful. And I came across you and based on what I saw, it motivated me to take this step again. Because my goal and dream is to become a master trader. Thank you.
Right. Right. This is first time. It's Eon, right? I'm saying your name correct?
Yeah, Ian is the name. Thanks.
Eon. So first time Eon is on Mindset Monday, and he just joined the group, right? And you know, I love when we have these calls so we could also have to get to know each other. I'm big on getting to know each other and know where you came from. So I didn't know it's 8 years that you have been trading, and that's good. You're failing forward, which is fine. You never give up on your dream. I failed for 5 years before I even saw my first withdrawal, right? I bought different indicators, I bought different programs, I followed different people, but I knew trading was a freedom tool. Everyone who knows my story. So when we put together this program, we knew outside of just trading, and I thank God for Shakila. Shakila is our superstar, one of our superstars that just passed away 4 weeks ago. I would say about 4 weeks, I think it was. And she actually put together this Mindset Monday. And I'm just continuing it because I know 90% of us fail because of here first. If we don't fix here, we cannot fix our pocket. It don't matter what you do, who you follow, or whatever program you buy. All of us did not pass school. God didn't save everybody. But if you don't work on you here to realize you're in the right place and you're in the right environment and God bring the right vehicle for you, if you don't align with the vehicle, how you expect the vehicle to move forward? Because your alignment has to start here first. Because if doubt slip into your mind and you don't stick with something long enough, because success don't happen overnight. Success is always ahead of you. If you believe you're gonna reach success, think again. Success will always be ahead of you. And you'll always have something that you want to keep accomplishing. So when you reach one level in life, there's always going to be a next level. But to get to the first level of accomplishment is the hardest level to actually overcome. Because you have to become a different person. And if you don't become that different person throughout the process, you will stay that same person, and the product or the service will never work if you don't develop yourself. That's why we have these calls, to keep you understanding how to adjust that computer of yours to work with the service that, or the vehicle that God gave you here. Because I cannot save you if you don't have the right mindset and tenacity, if I'm using the word correct. I don't like to use tongue mixed up words, but I think I said it correct. But if you do not have that in you to keep pushing and taking that action until that momentum builds and until the results come, don't expect to see results or momentum. Because the hardest thing, and I'm telling you now to guys today, the hardest thing is to be pushing through something when you're down. Y'all heard my story. Some of y'all know my story. One of the hardest down times, two of my down times, was when we got in that accident. Yes, we talk about it lightly, but guys, it was one of our hardest times. And to push through that, I had to find the good out of that whole situation. That was the only way I could have let go to move on. And it's the same thing with the other situation. I had to find the good to realize, okay, you had to come and do this to me for me to be able to push myself and realize I'm not putting my money in nobody else's hands. So remember, guys, why are you here? What is your plans for your future? Not my future. I could only be there to try to add to your life. But what are you looking to sacrifice every single week to actually make that change in your life in the next 6 months? Are we going to see a difference in you in the next 6 months? So anybody else?
Kelly, I'm put in my 2 cents now. So, firstly, I was really moved by Ian. And Ian is a fighter. When you hear Ian's story, Ian is a fighter. And it really moved me tonight. As far as I am concerned, um, I'm a fighter, but I'm also a sticker. I stick a lot. I think I should have gone live about 3 weeks ago. I really think so. I really think I could. I really think that if I start to put my money outside my funds, I would be a little more serious and a little more conscientious on my trading. And I think because of paper trading right now, I kind of laid back now. So I think that within the coming weeks, oh, I forget to tell you, around Brooks, bad, bad, bad. A lot of things came up within the last 3 weeks that I had to spend a lot of money on. Carajo. But I'm trying to get that over. But I need to move. I need to jump up and go live. Or go live. I need to do that and stop. I don't want to say the word and stop
Overthinking
procrastinating.
and
That is not the
procrastinating.
word I want to say. And stop, procrastinating.
All right.
So
So
I
you
think
know
I need
yourself.
to do that.
And that's where
Yeah.
you need to know yourself. You need to understand where you're at, what you're doing. And you guys need to know yourself. That's why if you're not giving yourself targets and goals and actually going to work and putting those small steps behind it, Don't expect change if you're not taking those actions behind it. Okay? So set those targets. You saw what I said at the end of the presentation. Have that plan, those small steps behind, and you will see how you will start to accomplish what you need to accomplish. And don't hold back yourself. Anybody else?
Hi, good night. Oh gosh. Well, excuse me with this phone echoing again. Or they hearing it echoing or
It echoing a little bit, but go ahead.
all right. Right now, my computer is the same like Eon, so I'm juggling phone and computers. So please assist. I want to leave. I wanted to leave the space for the newcomers, to come out and talk, not only hearing from certain people, right? But I think I will take this time to say I was one of the most introverted people that I knew, right? And making this step to actually make the decision to come out your box because you wanted more and because you wanted better for yourself, that I had to come out my mind, right? And come out my box and come out my body sometime at times, so that things could have been done differently because what was being done wasn't working. So that change had to be made. However, I would say yes, I would, for the 6 months, well, it's not full 6, but 5. I think, yes, I accomplished some things that I didn't believe that I would have accomplished. However, I should have been further. And just like Ronnie said, I think I should have already been doing the live, right? I mean, it have reasons for that, but still, nevertheless. So, I mean, the action plan and you pick a goal and you work towards it and what have you. I think that is actually really speaking to me today, because I was supposed to be doing it at the end of June. That is the goal that I gave myself. But because certain things happen and I really couldn't face the computer, I couldn't do certain things, you give yourself a little chance, but I'm not giving no excuses, because it's something that you want. It's a life-changing experience, so only person can change your life is you. And by making that decision to do what I set out to do in February, yes, I reached far, but I should have been way further. I believe I should have been way further. So that action plan is definitely for me today. So all you might hear me way more, or you might hear my voice asking questions way more, because the goal is now August the 1st. So that's it.
Nice, nice, Giselle. We love hearing you, Giselle. Don't worry. All right. But the main thing is, one thing I will teach you, acknowledgement is good. Okay, we can't rewind time. So we acknowledge it and then we move forward. What is the game plan? That's how fast you kick yourself back up and let go. So don't worry about how far you think you should have been. You know you reached far enough. Now we know we acknowledge we should have been a little further. That's okay. Let go of it now. Kick yourself back up now and let's take that action again and keep going. Right? Because sometimes, yes, you won't hit your target when you think you should hit your target, and that's normal. That's fine. Now you know the next 6 months is running shoes. And that's your running shoes. Right? Yeah. Somebody else was coming on.
Yes, good night, everyone. My new family. I'm just so happy and honored to be here. I share some of the experience with Brother Ian. I actually, for me, it's the first time seeing him, but I've been training for some years as well in the Forex market, uh, up and down, just like the chart, success. And I think I was broken when I traded and received 3,000 US dollars and then lost it all. My heart was broken. And, it's really a mindset because after losing that, I believe in the thing, I believe in the market, but I didn't really believe in myself that I could have really made it again. And, but I was very consistent, and while being consistent, sometimes I wonder if this is for me. As a teacher, I encourage students to be consistent and, self-development and all of that. But for myself, facing the market at times is like all what you study, it's gone blank. And you will watch a video and the presenter may show the ideal situation, in my opinion, and you're just not seeing the same thing in the market in front of you. But, I've lost money as well, buying a lot of indicators, paying for training, Rose Capital, the same thing. But I realize success does not just happen. It's not a stroke of luck or a prize to be won overnight. It begins with a decision, a personal decision, and to grow. Self-development is the foundation of all success. And you have to learn, unlearn, and relearn, right? Just waking up every day and choosing to become a better person than yesterday is enough success. It shows the attitude and the effort and the mindset that we make, right? If you realize, I realize this, that most successful persons are not always the smartest. I've been through school, university. I've done some of the highest level of mathematics and the Forex market with my behind. It has nothing to do with maths, right? Simple, simple. So what it has to do with is being consistent, right? Read, reflect, practice, discipline, never stop learning. And for me as a teacher, I'm always a student. I'm always humble to learn. And I want to squeeze in as much as I always want to. We have excellent coaches, Millionaire Kelly and Richie Rich, that I've knew for several years. They're part of my history as well. But we separated and, went different paths. And what I've realized as I reconnect with them, they are consistent in what they're doing. And that is why they are successful. So even though we have our own individual journey, when we overlap and share our part with each other, the energy is real. Iron sharpened iron. And that is why I'm here. And again, I'm very honored and happy to be here at Team Legacy. I know this is it. And guys, I'm telling you, I could almost say, I promise you, if you're consistent, you will say the same. This is it. So guys, we're really gonna be at the top there. We are at the top already. Thank you, guys.
Nice, 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 nice spoken. I mean, yes, you have been on that journey too. And yes, consistency is important. I talk about consistency last 2 weeks, I think, on my last call. Um, that's something that we don't pay attention. How consistent are you in something before the fruits are harvest? We don't water the plant long enough. We don't go down there and get dirty. We just want to see the fruit and pick it and eat it. But the work is in the dirt. It's not the fruit. So get dirty, get those sleepless nights, make the sacrifice. If you had a plan to travel this year and you say, hey, you have to sacrifice, like I was actually planning to think to travel in August, I might actually have to change my plans only because I know I need to get dirty and set up some stuff I'm doing And it's going to take sacrifice out to me. It's going to take sleepless nights. It's going to take work. But is it going to be worth it at the end of that? I know it's going to be worth it. So the same way, I mean, a lot of y'all could see what we are doing here. It could, I will say it could work for you. I could give you the vehicle, but if you don't put the keys in and mash that gas or that brakes and that gas to start and to get it going, it's not going to move. It's going to stay right there. Because sometimes it takes you getting out of the car, going behind the car, and pushing the car by yourself until that momentum starts to pick up. That one, you might have to, you can't even push it that way. You might have to turn, put your back behind the car and lift it to get that momentum. That's how hard some of your life are right now. But we don't go through that. And as soon as you cannot move the car, you cannot get it moving, you want to give up, and your momentum was almost right there to no start. And as soon as you start to get that one push forward, and you start to push it, and that little thing move, that little movement, and as soon as you get that next movement, it now start to create more movement. And that is where you get the momentum up and running. But between that space of momentum and taking that action to get it moving, that is the hardest part in life, in anything that you're doing. I'm talking about life itself. And that's why I tell people, if you look back at how long you have been working at your job for and nothing is changing, why not work hard on yourself here, even if it takes you 6 months to a year? So I love the people who plugging into these classes. I love who's, want the freedom and adding to the community and showing up for you, not me. You're showing up for you. Because when one accomplish it, more will believe. Look at what Kizzy was doing. Who started to believe more after you could hear Kizzy leave her job? Doing trading full time, making 1,000 or more. Because when you hear Richard and Kelly and making some money, it's like, all right, them doing it for long. No, guys, we fail forward for long. It's not about we doing it for long. It's how long I fail and push through until I knew I could accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. So you need to do that for yourself too. I'm only here, and the community is only here because you need that community, especially in trading. You need that community to help you go forward and get that breakthrough in the financial market. So let's do it together. Guys, I apologize. I know a few did message me about accountability partners. I will not lie to anyone. The few that messaged me, I lost track of who messaged you last meeting. Okay? I lost track. So if you don't have an accountability partner and you want an accountability partner, how much of you have followed up with your accountability partner since 2 weeks now? I mean, the event, did you find out if your accountability partner was coming to the event? What is the
I did.
all that?
She was there.
Your partner
She
was
was there. Yeah, she was there.
there? Okay. So you met your partner for the first time? That was the first time you met your partner in person? Or
No,
no?
I didn't meet her in person. I had to
Okay.
leave because something came up.
Okay.
I said I met. But she was there. I watched her. I texted her and she said she was there.
Okay. All right.
Elaborate on where you're talking about it now.
Oh, so on the Mindset Monday calls, we started with the first week. So we're on the third week right now since I started the Mindset Monday. And I put everybody with an accountability partner. What the accountability partner is, it's not to teach you trading. It is really to keep you accountable of your goals, your dreams, what you're doing, where you set for, form that relationship. I'm big on forming relationships. When you form a relationship, you get to know somebody inside out, right? So that accountability partner is somebody to keep you on track. That's just the same way you say, Ian, you want to become this top trader. As soon as one downtime, you will want to give up. You have an accountability partner to talk to. They're going through the same process with you. They might be able to give you that air that you need, right? Or put you onto somebody like a coach or mentor who can actually keep you on that track, right? So if you don't have an accountability partner, please re-message me if you did. I am not lying. I did not record it. The last few people who messaged, let me stop, pause the recording.